And Grandma said, this is akin to you working in a brothel. You have become a prostitute if you become an actress. And I went, Grandma, I don't think so. I think God has called me to this. Why? So you can be famous? No, so I can be a light in a dark place. Is that not okay? Grandma and I have reconciled, but she was not okay with it. And it had to be a very strong choice. Either I'm going to do what God says, or I'm going to do what Grandma says. And I have a feeling Grandma's wrong. But it was really hard to say no to Grandma. I yielded to what I felt God was telling me to do. My parents said, take a gap year, see how it goes. During that gap year, I worked in a pub in my little town that I grew up in Woodbridge in Suffolk, and was serving pints to all the kids that were in the year below me at school. It's very humbling. And I fully had to say to God, look, you said you wanted me to be an actress, but if you actually want me to stay here and look after my mum and dad for the rest of their lives, you want me to work in this pub and love these kids, I will do whatever you're calling me to. If that's what you want for my life, you are right. It's enough for me. You are enough for me. Do whatever you want. And within a week, I had moved to London and I was playing Rosalind in As You Like It in a Fringe Theatre production. 6 weeks after that, started dating my husband. It was great, worked out.
Great season.
In 2007, moved to Los Angeles. The first script he got after we'd moved to LA was a script called Selma. And at the time, a director called Stephen Frears was directing it. Stephen Frears said David Oyelowo is not Martin Luther King. That's what he said to his audition. David was praying about this audition and said, Lord, there's something about this script. And God said to him, you will play Martin Luther King in the film Selma. In those moments, you have to decide, who am I listening to? Am I listening to one of the most successful directors, or am I going to listen to the voice of God? And my husband chose to listen to the voice of God. And he wrote in his journal on that day, God has told me I'm going to play Martin Luther King in a movie called Selma. And he wrote this whole paragraph, and at the end of it he said, it's not about what I will do with the role, it's about what he's going to do with the role. The movie didn't get made till 2014 with a different director. But because God had said, you are going to play Martin Luther King in a movie called Selma, David said, I'm going to get cast in this thing at some point. One of these directors is going to cast me. And he kept auditioning and he kept trying. He kept researching, he kept doing the work. If you are sure that you have heard God, and you are sure that he will make a way where there is no way, and you are sure that you know who you are, you end up partnering with him. We are God's workmanship. He has prepared good works beforehand for us to walk in. So he has already made a way where there is no way, but we have to do the physical of making things actually happen. And we miss this vital part of our relationship with God. He calls us to be friends. He calls us to be business partners. He calls us to partner with him in what he's doing on the earth. And there's a progression between the two where we go from being little children, where he has to open the door for us because we can't reach the door handle, to walking in authority, where we're kicking doors down because he told us that's the door to kick down.